Daphne here from Gravity Art and Design Studio with a quick two-part video on carving eggshells. Now I am starting with a regular chicken egg that I bought at my local grocery store. I would recommend maybe purchasing one that doesn't have a stamp on it, but this is what I have to use right now, so I'm going to be using that for my demo. Now this is an uncooked egg, and the first step in this is going to be preparing your egg, basically emptying the insides out and cleaning your egg and getting it ready for part 2. So that's what we're going to cover right now. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is to pierce the shell of your egg at the top and the bottom in order to be able to empty the contents. Now most people will use a sharp object like a skewer or a straight pin. For this video, I'm actually going to be using my Dremel tool, which has a flex shaft attached to it just to make it a little bit easier to manipulate. And it's not necessary for this part. However, the second part of the video does require the Dremel tool, so since I have it, I am going to be using this to add the holes. Okay, so I added 2 holes. I made the bottom one a little bit bigger just so I'd have some more room to get the contents out of the egg. The next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to break up the yolk and try to mix up the inside part of the egg before getting it out. It will make it a lot easier. You can use any pointed tool. Right now I'm using a toothpick, and you basically just want to mix it around until you've pretty much broken up that yolk and combined everything. And usually you can tell when you pull your tool out and there's yellow yolk on it, it just means you did a good job of mixing the content. So I can see that there's yolk in there. The next thing I like to do is I like to cover the top and the bottom hole and mix it up a little bit just to try to blend it a little bit more. Again, makes it easier just to get the contents out once it's blended up fairly well. Now, the next step is to empty the contents by blowing through the smaller hole and getting the contents through the bottom. There are a few ways that you can do this. The easiest way that requires no special tools is to basically use your mouth, blow through the top hole, and push the egg through the bottom. There are some different things that you can use if you don't want to do it that way. You can use a syringe to force the yolk out, the egg out. You can use a straw. You know, you might want to use a smaller straw for this size hole, or you can open the hole up and use a larger straw if you don't want to put your mouth directly on it. The method that you use is not really that important. All that's important is that you get the contents of the egg out of the egg. Okay, so I successfully blew out the egg from the shell, and now I'm ready to go wash my shell in hot tap water and then start carving it. So if you're interested in seeing the carving part, go ahead and check out part 2 of this video. Thanks for joining me.